Violation already on the opening faceoff, but we're underway. It goes against Syracuse. Had 4 goals. A behind the back pass, skips it near side. That's Wade. 5 goals in that win against Towson. He was ridiculous. Save made. First time we get to see Jimmy McCool, and he stones Wade early.
Facing another Ivy opponent, but the thing about McCool is after a rough game, he's always responded.
Full head of steam for Michael. Leo shoots and scores! Leo was shot out of the cannon, out of the box. Orange take the early lead.
Jimmy McCool matches sticks with Tucker Wade. Good pressure by short stick defender Carter Rice. Ball flushes out. Michael Leo wastes no time. Natural lefty. He sees the pressure coming to that left side, so he switches to his right hand at the last second, but stays towards the middle of the field so he doesn't lose any angle there. That is a brilliant play. Onto the field, so there was no face-off awarded right to Princeton.
Right. So that's advantage Princeton when you think about that matchup. They'll take any possession they can. Palumbo scores! Watch out for Chad Palumbo. He loves it this time of year, doesn't he, Cart?
We've seen him the last 2 Ivy tournaments absolutely light it up. He's so crafty. On the first Princeton possession, he's throwing a flawless behind the back pass. Some pressure on his bottom hand. This time, a natural lefty. You see the closing the gate on his left hand. This time, it's a backhand shovel shot. Instead of changing to his right hand, he sticks to his natural strength, his left hand, and just levers that.
4 goals in the Ivy League tournament. Always seems to play well in that tournament. Off to a great start here. The second team inside Lacrosse All-American. Meekin looked to get the better of Mullen that time, but the ball is still loose, picked up by Princeton. Oh, big hit! Jack Stahl lost the ball and then got leveled. Jackson Green looking to pick it up.
They're letting him play.
Pads are popping. Burns quickly to the far side. Palumbo looked to put his back into the defender. Wade, no chance he's going to miss that shot.
Ball movement, crisp passing, slick sticks. That's what defines Princeton. As Syracuse wants to go back to championship weekend for the first time since 2013, I've been saying it all week. It's about off-ball defense. Syracuse can cover Princeton in spots, but can they recover when they slide? Can they be on the same page?
Saris, now at X. Kabiri. Scores, Mackesy!
This is a perfect example of the slick sticks. Watch the release point from Kabiri's pass, and then watch the release point on Colter Mackesy's shot. Kabiri feels pressure from Nick Kakemo there, so he kind of throws that as an underhand pass to get away from the pressure. And the same thing Colter Mackesy does. He's not going to shoot through the defense, kind of lets up on that release to go low to low.
That's Mackesy's 35th straight game with a goal. Mullen wins his first. Gets in front, scores! That's his 4th of the year.
He's so tough-minded and strong. Struggled a few times this year early in the game, getting beat by the whistle. But he always rebounds. Johnny Mullen is also an elite lacrosse player. If you peg him as a face-off specialist, you will pay. So Princeton is too concerned about Syracuse's offensive players. The Owen Hiltzes and the Scalinas. They don't want to leave those 2 guys. So that creates that offensive opportunity right down the middle with no slide for Johnny Mullen.
This time McMeekin. Now he's out front. He'll shoot and bounces it high.
These are 2 elite athletes.
Really hot for a while at the end of the year, Kark. He's kind of cooled down a little bit as teams now start to realize this guy 12 and white, he can beat you. Good look inside of Burns, who finishes.
There it is again, the inside seam. Syracuse's inability to protect the paint will be deadly, and Princeton will capitalize. You don't need to slide there, Cotter. That's decent defense. You flush him down the alley. That is a left-handed player who you flush to his weak hand.
Dunphy, out of Saris. Saris gets it back, shoots. McCool makes the save and finds it.
Princeton has improved. They struggled in the first half of the year defensively from a numbers perspective. Much better.
Bonanno, what a play to catch the ball. And he finishes with a twister. What an effort from Bonanno and a late flag. You talk about the athletes that McMeekin and Mullen are. How about that show of athleticism from the freshman, Peter Bonanno?
This is crazy skill, too. And patience, like in game one with Ryan Goldstein. Like, okay, I'm going to take an extra beat or two, get the goalie moving. The twister after a couple of pump fakes. Look at this. Scoops it with one hand, takes the hit, and then to end that with a twister and just barrels over McCool.
1 minute full time, taking out the goal.
Johnny Mullen winning faceoffs, and then the extra man cashing in against Harvard in round one.
You got Greg Elijah Brown out there as well, 46 in the middle. Save made by Chronic. Dangerous ground ball in the middle. Still loose. Crease violation goes against the Cuse.
Double eights, Peyton Anderson, a big lefty body.
Finn Thompson, 23, finally healthy. This big chunk of the season. Look at Hiltz. Got it to him. He shovels it home. Shovel pass, shovel shot.
Cotter. Yeah, soak this in. Soak this in.
That's slick.
Carolina Chaos coach Roy Colsey salivating watching Owen Hiltz and his craftiness. He's got the double backhand shovel. Okay, if you're going to give me a backhand shovel pass, I'll pay it off if I'm Finn Thompson. Nonchalant, right under the crossbar. This is skill at another level. Canadian to Canadian trust from Princeton after he graduated.
Roa down the alley. Bounces it, Chronic is there, but rebound goes to English. Spolina, Molshine, he wins that battle.
That's the leverage game. A lot of times, as an attacker, you try to have a clean break. Use your feet, your quickness. The other way you score from a one-on-one perspective is get to the island and then play the leverage game. Once you feel the pressure is off, then your hands are freed. So Molshine loses this matchup before Joey Spolina gets to goal line extended. If you want to win that matchup, you have to confront him well before he gets to goal line extended. And you might lose a couple of those battles, but long term, you can't let the ball spin and let all these crafty players engage.
Like what's going on right here. Mackesy loses his footing and the double comes. Picked up by Cardinal by the defense here on Long Island. Hiltz. Canadian looking to work one-on-one, gets it back to another Canadian and Sam English. English is more interested in scoring goals today, though.
He wants to give it to his former team. Previously on this offensive set, it looked like he wanted to go to the cage on Tucker Wade, sticking with a matchup. Sam English finds pay dirt, and it's Wade on him again. You just felt in that prior transfer when he had the ball, he wanted that matchup. And then the second time around, he does vintage Sam English. It's a hard plant foot to get the defender to bite down the alley, and then he flushes to the middle of the field.
Syracuse, 10 consecutive shots since the last shot taken by Princeton. They're on a bit of a run here.
This is a battle at the X. This is a battle. McMeekin is so improved.
Start of the year at attack. Finn Thompson's injury. Finn is back. Final 15 seconds of this first quarter. Anderson, you see, banks off the defender and wraps around him and scores.
I grew up with Peyton Anderson's dad, Rob Anderson. When Peyton was born, he gave him the nickname Bear. He was a big boy from the jump. And only a freshman, you see him just take that hit and get the defender flying. Friedman does not win that battle. Bear uses the leverage and gets his body into it. I love how he spun right after it, too.
and around the defender, which he used as a screen. What a shot.
But it started with a pick, too. You saw the high pick by Syracuse. They are going heavy in the pick game.
Another face-off. Now Mullen's starting to take over. English, saved by Chronic. That's a big save. And a chance for Hiltz as the horn sounds.
Big topic.
There's Palumbo. He's working on Spallina. That's Jake Spallina. Scores! This guy in May. Palumbo, the freshman Bonanno, goes on and on and on.
What I love about this sport so much is creativity inspires more creativity. You saw Finn Thompson and Owen Hiltz go backhand to backhand. Now this is behind the back. You feel the front side pressure. Instead of going back and wasting time and using your right hand, flip it BTB. And Bonanno doesn't just go BTB. He goes around the world with this one. That is flat out dirty.
Bonanno just authored that gorgeous behind the back goal. Back at it. Ochoa gets a step on him, scores! So Kark, I said moments ago that he's quieted down a little bit in the last couple of games.
Yep.
You must have heard that. He is red hot. 2 goals in 25 seconds.
He just gets underneath his defender there, Ochoa. Beats him to a spot right here. That's when Ochoa is toast because Bonanno then counters with a stutter. Once he gets the separation, there's the slightest stop and go that gets Ochoa to think he might be rolling back to get more of an angle. You're gonna get beat from time to time. But if you slide prematurely, both of these offenses will feast on you.
Saris, tough angle, stoned by McCool. Thompson, so you got Leo being pulled, as you mentioned earlier. Thompson on the short stick. That shot wide.
Hear the sirens. Welcome to New York.
Volunteer fire department. Oh, Spallina wraps it around his defender. He heard the siren, knew it was his opportunity.
Colin Mulshine has to identify the strength of Joey Spallina quickly because he's not engaging and he's not being confrontational behind the goal enough. He's letting Spallina get to these spots above goal line extended. Once he's there, it's good night. Mulshine has to play this matchup and fight for his life well behind goal line extended because Spallina doesn't need to beat you cleanly once he gets to his spots.
McCarthy on the run. No problem that time for Trump. And a quick outlet. That's going to be an offside against Syracuse. Save made by McCool. He just lays on until we get the whistle. Saris. Kabiri, he shoots too high.
See how they find that 2-on-1? And then once you figure it out on one side, you got to deal with the other guy.
Who has the ball in his cross. Here it's Mackesy. Kabiri, the quick pass to the far side. Shoots McCool, goes down to save it.
That was a beauty of a stop.
Rower on Green. Jackson Green, 4 and white. Wide receiver on the Princeton football team. Great athlete. Great speed. Spallina just gets by his defender. He scores. Once he beat his defender, that was easy money, Card.
I'm going to be honest with you, Connor. I've watched a lot of Princeton over the years. Very rarely do you see Colin Mulshine being taken to the rack for 3 unassisted goals and a half. First, it's the stop by the sophomore southpaw from Boston, Jimmy McCool. Then it's the red-hot Joey Spallina. He smells the matchup. That subtle show of the pick. And what did I say earlier about these elite shooters? It's deception at the point of release. Right there. He gets Chronic biting low. That is an elite finish.
Spallina's feeling it. Again gets by Mulshine and scores again.
You got to switch the matchup. That's 4 unassisted goals. If you're Matt Madelon, switch it up. Try Michael Bath. Try Spiess. Because Joey Spallina is feasting on Colin Mulshine, just running by him. And there's no slide because they have confidence in Mulshine, the 4-year starter, not to slide on this matchup. But like I said earlier, Both defenses, Cotter, are daring the offensive players to win matchups.
Mullen. Got a lot of room, shoots, saved by Chronic.
They switched the Spallina matchup. They're denying him the ball right now.
Thompson on the shorty, you know he likes that. Leo just fires it hot. Oh, and Syracuse didn't win the battle. Trying to use the pick. Figueroa stays on him, he loses his footing. Burns picks it up, 30 seconds. Still plenty of time for Princeton on the shot clock. Doesn't have an angle though, Spallina. Boy, he really is strong in tight spaces. Almost a turnover, still might turn it over. Wade couldn't get a handle on it, but a teammate does. It's Kabiri. Mackesy fires it into the back of the net.
No two shots look alike. His first goal was a low-to-low worm burner. This time, he uses the turf with a high bouncer. He is so versatile shooting the rock. McCool thinks he's going low, drops to his knees, and Coulter just pounds that shot off the turf. Great shooters are so unpredictable.
Kabiri's got the short stick matchup he wants. Instead, he gets it to Cameron, and McCool makes the save.
That's what Syracuse can't do. You can't slide early to a matchup.
Skips it to Bonanno. There's Palumbo, scores! My goodness. Hart, he shot that like he wanted to hurt the net.
These are two players who know a lot about each other. Both played for Greedy, New England, shooter and goalie. You're going to see McCool after this shot point to himself, that's on me, because he guesses to the opposite pipe. So he moves his body, and where does the shot go? Near pipe.
Syracuse back man up. Spallina flashes up top inside, over the shoulder, Chronic making the save. That was Deere, but then they threw it away. Leveled that time, tried to take that extra step. Pass broken up.
Got a 2-on-1 here.
They do inside. Scored. Deere makes him pay.
Hiltz is one of the smarter lacrosse players. You talk to any coach, whether it's John Posner who coached him in high school, at Culver, Pat March, the offensive coordinator. He holds the defense for an extra beat. He's got two 2-on-1s, one on the left, one on the right. One with Spallina and then the other with Deere. And that is a big-time finish by Trey Deere. So they're putting a poll on the freshman now. That's what they think of him.
Palumbo with a nice catch and move and finish!
It's like Chad Palumbo heard me say patience with Trey Deere. He is toying on Jimmy McCool in this spot. Great pass by Bonanno, understanding off the pick. He's going to slip. It's the slip and then the crazy finish. And Morgan, I know you have more on the story of Chad Palumbo, an amazing young man.
Well, Palumbo just embodies attitude. At 18 years old, he was diagnosed with cancer. He started chemo and never let it slow him down. 3 years later, he's now in remission, has to go in for routine scans. And
his teammates thrive off of his performances and gets this Princeton offense rolling at another level.
Hopes they can get one more here before the final buzzer in this first half. Green. He takes the shot. McCool goes up to make the save, but a finish on the rebound. Fleming is down. McCool gave up the rebound, and Princeton was Johnny on the spot. Mackesy, right place, right time, and the exquisite finish. They'll wipe off the flag. What a finish to this first half for Princeton.
Contact to the head, we're going to review it.
Ooh, this could be big.
So they not necessarily wipe off that flag. That's it right there. McCool coming out. Watch McCool when he comes out to Mackesy after giving up the rebound.
So they call it indirect.
The elbow.
Yeah, this could change. 3 levels. There's indirect, contact to the head or neck area. There's direct, which is 2 minutes. And then flagrant. Michael Ippoliti is the backup.
Goal's good. We have direct contact to the head with that. that free hand. 2 minutes, full time.
That's a huge
Wow. Wow.
Huge face-off by Mullen to get possession, so it'll be Syracuse with the ball and a man down to start the second half.
So there's going to be more time on the penalty if Syracuse doesn't capitalize.
Yeah, 40 seconds. The difference. Hiltz. The wrap around and Craddock gets enough of it.
That went about as well as possible for Syracuse. Could have been a nightmare.
All started with the Mullen face-off win at the very end of that first half. Had to have it, and they got it. Mackesy. Ippoliti makes the save, and the beautiful outlet to Dwan. Couldn't handle it initially. Physical play in the middle of the field. Mackesy comes out of there with it.
Dwan's normally sure-handed there.
When Ippoliti came to the sideline,
number 7, Michael
bailing
Lee.
him out a little bit after that 2-minute unreleasable. On the run, English.
You can't let Sam English get to the middle of the field. This is his patented dodge. He likes to change speeds. We saw earlier when he did it, he dropped a lefty plant foot to get the defender to bite. This time it's stutter, stutter, go. Princeton's a little concerned about a potential pick. English recognizes that, and then full speed to the middle of the field. That's too easy.
7th tie of the game. Spallina. Back to Anderson near side. Got a size advantage, and he scores. He just bowled his way around Jackson Green. There's no slouch.
No.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that, but 88 did it.
Jackson Green is 6'3", 225. This is a true freshman who goes by the nickname of Bear. Pounds his way through this matchup. Uses that left arm to get underneath and then just takes those extra steps. It seems like that prior possession, when the matchup changed, no longer it's Colin Mulshine. It's number 28, Jack Stahl. He's getting more aggressive.
Leo saved by Craddock. Leo was able to get by his defender. We had some in the first game. Might be seeing some as well here in the second game. So Spallina's out right now. Palumbo in a whole lot of traffic. Rice comes out of there with it.
77-7.
That's Finn. There's 7, and he finds a corner.
Back on the island. He's in his comfort zone. He's played on this field before as a high school star at St. Anthony's. 7 in orange. Paint that corner. Buckle up, Cotter. It's rolling.
Because let's not forget, that's a 2-minute unreleasable penalty. Princeton could have scored 2-3 goals during those 2 minutes. Spallina, what reaction time to pick up on that shot. And the bouncer goes in, Finn Thompson, lightning quick stick. And it all started with Spallina's reaction to keep that ball from going out of bounds and to find a cutting Finn Thompson.
Orange Nation on a 4-goal run. It starts with Sam English slicing and dicing his way to the middle of the field. Peyton Anderson, the Bear, gets underneath. Michael Leo taps that corner. And then Finn Thompson in the finishing ability off of a Joey Spallina save, injecting Finn Thompson, who broke his arm against Utah. See the strength out of him. 88 is not your average freshman.
Hoddle gets to the middle, good look inside. Finn couldn't turn and rake on that one. Hiltz does though. What a laser.
When it's May, you gotta sell out. Every ground ball is a life of its own. You scratch, you crawl. You do anything you can to get this rock because you know the payoff on the offensive end are these elite shooters. It was Michael Leo earlier painting a corner. Owen Hiltz. Wow. Cameron was trying to sell that.
It's a hit to the head. Figueres all over Mackesy. Turns it over. Final minute of this third quarter. Hiltz. He's feeling it. Shoots. Scores!
When Riley Figueres stops Coulter Mackesy and the ball goes the other way, his fists are in the air. This is big boy defense. This is buckling down on a matchup. And then it's support by your teammates. Flying out. You think Syracuse is going to hold for the last shot. Not so fast. The common denominator with the Syracuse Dodgers today, the 4 unassisted by Spallina and then Hiltz. Separation is sold separately.
Kabiri. The bouncer, McCool, hugging the pipe.
Dwan wanted a switch there. I thought Nate Kabiri could have taken another step.
Here's Palumbo, swims, shoots, scores. Well, he absolutely abused his defender on that play.
Talked about late scenarios in quarters. Johnny Mullen winning that faceoff in the second quarter with 1.4 seconds left. Chad Palumbo stopping this run late in the third quarter with 3.4 seconds left.
That was no slouch he just ran by either. That was Carter Rice.
He gets into the body. Palumbo is so crafty and strong around goal line extended. Too much traffic, but I think Syracuse is playing with the philosophy right now in this third quarter, and that stop right there, inside-out defense.
Cool.
Shot by number 12, Peter Bonanno, the save by
Protect the paint. Trust your goalie.
English.
He wants the middle of the field. If they overcommit, he'll go under.
And he's on Wade, offensive midfielder. This is a big advantage for 15. And he takes advantage, but can't get the shot through traffic.
Make your presence felt. Now he's with the shorty. He's going to have to use his hands a little bit more and rely on riding out the hips. He's on the ball right now.
It's going to be a little more personal. Stumpy, he scores. Give Kabiri the assist.
I told you, Connor, no lead is safe with this offense. We've seen their runs, whether it was in the Ivy League tournament or last week against Towson. Too much skill, too much pop. They support the Bolognino matchup. And Dunphy, who has struggled this season finding the back of the net. 1 point in time, he's under 15% on the year.
And the way these two teams can make runs.
And the shooting ability.
Palumbo, there you go.
Chad Palumbo called Morgan Uber at halftime. And you look at the box score, it's always spread out. Well, I got something to say to Chad Palumbo. This has been his day. He's owned the box score. And he's done it in a variety of ways. There's the fake flip. Unbelievable skill from 10 and White. You have to worry about the depth of the Syracuse defense.
It's been a hot day, and it is so difficult to play defense against both these teams. Palumbo, he scores! He has taken over, and it's now just a 1-goal game. 6 for 6. He's got 6, 2, and 8 on the day. He's left 10.5 minutes left to play.
Remember when this was a 5-goal margin? Chad Palumbo scores in the last seconds of the third quarter. He is willing his way, putting the team on his back with 6 goals on 6 shots. Air Chad, no problem. In 1 minute and 39 seconds last week against Harvard.
Hiltz.
Moving pass.
Said both these teams love the picks. That time it goes against Syracuse. Miller here. He shoots. Bat scores!
This game is straight out bonkers. Gary Gate doesn't know what to do. There's been a 4-0 run in the last 1 minute and 53 seconds. It was Palumbo after Palumbo, and this time the short stick defensive midfielder, Cooper Miller, end to end.
McCarthy, he'll step into it and score!
Credit Tyler McCarthy, who I mentioned earlier, struggling to find the back of the net. The Long Island product, the sophomore, playing alongside one of the best passers in college lacrosse. 5th nationally in assists, Joey Spallina finds McCarthy, and that is complete 5-hole.
On the run, it's Cameron. Knocks it back at 17.
McCool isn't ready for this. This looks like a knuckleball. Sean Cameron's got probably the quickest feet on the Princeton offense. He's got a short stick matchup. I don't think McCool's ready for this shot, Connor. Threw him totally off guard. Fading away from the goal.
His defense is just gassed. I need those timeouts in the last half of this fourth quarter, but I don't want to risk losing one. Mullen here. He'll shoot it. Bounces it off the pipe.
Number 27, John Mullen, this player.
Now Mackesy from X. Working on Rice. Palumbo spins. Loses it.
That's Vinny B.
Good pass. Hitting the pipe. Spallina. Leo out of the box. Dunphy scored moments ago. 5 to shoot. Kabiri's gonna have to make something happen. And he does!
1 second left. Don't count Nate Kabiri out. This is a matchup that defined the sport from 1992 to 2002. Nate Kabiri wants to be part of history. Stamp it, too. This defense for Syracuse has emptied the tank, and their effort has been amazing. I don't know if they have anything left.
Leo shoots and scores. I don't know if either defense has anything left.
I can't even describe this game. What in the world is going on? You think they're toast. And Princeton goes on this run, but Michael Leo flexes after this goal. Cooper Miller doesn't engage.
Spallina. Good feed, and a goal by Hiltz.
We've had 10 ties, 5 lead changes, 2 exhausted fan bases. Joey Spallina is holding these matchups with patience and an understanding that if he sticks with it, players will move off ball. And the trust that he has for Finn Thompson and Owen Hiltz inside is different than everyone else.
Ginder this time for Princeton. And he picks it up.
Comes off cold.
Oh, look out though. Turns it over. Hits the pipe. That could have been devastating. Now it's time for English. Green stays on him. Finds Rowe, and he hits the pipe.
That is 3 pipes in the last 2 minutes.
And here comes Green. Look at the speed. The wide receiver on the football team finds Miller. Kabiri saved by McCool. Burns sets a pick. Now they get the switch. Mackesy's on the shorty. The help comes. Here's Palumbo. No, check it. That's Wade. Gets his hands free. McCool makes the save. Thompson can just run to daylight. 10 seconds. Princeton's got a pressure. Princeton has the ball. Temporarily they did. Bath couldn't handle the pass. Still can't get possession. That's it.